Hi guys, nice to meet you all again. I'm sure all of you have started putting into practice whatever I have communicated in my previous videos, and please share it with as many people as possible. Start practicing it because practice makes a man perfect. I'm sure it will make a huge difference. At least start implementing one after the other. Mainly, probably you can start with the lane discipline. I just thought I will just add on one or two key things. See, in organizations, what we have is something called a standard operating procedure. That is called an SOP. What I mean to say, the same thing can be applied for driving also, assuming that you are going from home to office. Let us take that one example actually. What happens is you are going to go through the same route. What you should ideally do is you know where the signal is going to come ahead. If the signal is going to come ahead and then you are going to proceed straight, you will have to move to the middle lane because you can't be on the right because the people there will be taking the right turn or the U-turn. So you will have to move well before to the middle lane. Similarly, suppose you will have to take a U-turn and assuming you are in the middle lane, you need to move to the right well before the signal comes. So you are not on the second lane so that you will be able to take a comfortably a right turn or U-turn. And then see, another important thing is, when you are, suppose if you are on a two lane, assuming you are on a two lane road, see there will be many entry points into the road. So there you are totally, kind of in a blind situation. You don't know whether some vehicle is going to come, some two-wheeler is going to enter onto the road. You really don't know. So it's a kind of, only in the regular route when you are going, you will know that where are those entry points. See, for example, if you have to give an example, you know that suppose some VVIP is going to travel on a particular road, what they will first do is they'll barricade all these entry points so that somebody doesn't suddenly sneak into the road. The same thing happens when you are driving also. So what you can do is, suppose if you are on a regular route, so home to office, I'm taking an example, similar way from office to home, you know all those entry points. So what probably you can do is before those entry points arrives, you can just slow down. See, slowing down is the first form of kind of protection for you. You can say it's a first form of defense for you. So you know that these are all the entry points. You will give one probably small beep and then you slow down. So make sure that nobody is just coming onto the road, assuming you are on the left lane and there are only two lanes. See, what I mean to say is the standard operating procedure what I started with. Suppose assuming you are traveling to the office, say assuming 20 kilometers or 15 kilometers. What I would recommend ideally is you should stick, suppose if you should stick to those lanes where you are driving on a daily basis. Suppose you should not kind of, switch the lanes on a daily basis, where there is traffic, where there is no traffic. You try attempting going on the same lane. Suppose if you are, as I mentioned, suppose before the signal, you know when to go to the middle lane. Similarly, when to move to the right lane, and when all those entry points onto that main road is there. Stick to that same route daily basis. So what really happens is involuntary action. A lot of things you will do. You will automatically put a right indicator. You will automatically put a left indicator. You will kind of go on auto mode. So what really, it totally takes the pressure off you. I'm sure many of you will agree. You will be driving, suddenly you will be thinking about your office, or suddenly you will think about something you have left behind at home, or what you could not do yesterday, or you may think about nice evening that you had yesterday with the family. You went out for a dinner. All this will be happening while you are driving. Actually, it's a very common thing because mind sometimes take over, and then you are physically there on the road, but you are not actually. Your mind is not there. But how are you able to navigate it? But you don't. This is what the advantage is. Suppose if you are following a standard operating procedure in terms of which lane you will stick to up till which point of time and at what point of time you will switch to the left or to the right, it is going to completely take the pressure off your mind. And everything I am telling you, it will just happen on auto mode. Don't try to switch over from one every day, depending upon the traffic. You don't start swaying left to right to left to right. That means you are going to be constantly, kind of focusing on the driving on that particular day. See, suppose if you are doing this continuously, all this will consume some amount of energy. So your idea is to conserve energy, save the energy as much as possible, and then be at peace, and then happily reach your office. And then, as I said earlier, that you are going to smile at people, everything. This is called, I am calling it a standard SOP for the regular route that you take. It could be office, home to office, office to home, or any other route. Suppose evening you are going, say, for your music class. That is again a standard route. Fix that, that route. So you just stick to that principle, that once you get on from home to office, that SOP comes into play. And then you will stick to it 100%. Just try this particular thing. I just thought this could be a value add. And second thing is, see, I tried, as I said earlier, I said, wear a smile, when you start the journey, when you start the car, I will just add a little bit more. Keep your smile on, wear the smile on throughout, till you reach your office or whatever it is. It's going to make a huge difference, because moment you put on a smile, you are not first going to kind of look at what mistakes others are doing, and then even if somebody comes in and you have to apply a sudden break or whatever, it will not just put you off. You will not yell at someone. A negative thought will not cross your mind. Just keep the smile on. You will just, something happens like that, you will just smile and keep moving ahead. So I am telling you, by keeping your smile on, in fact, all these things will, by itself, will not cross your paths. And then try smiling at small happenings on the road. Ultimately, you should enjoy. It's a journey, and then you should absolutely enjoy the whole process, and it makes a huge difference. So keep the smile on till you reach point A to point B, and then it'll help you keep a very, very peaceful mind, because you can't afford to lose your peace. It's going to be, you should keep your peace. You should enjoy it every bit. Thoroughly you are going to enjoy. Take the decision when you start the car, put on the smile and decide that I am going to enjoy this drive. And then keep the smile on throughout. This is a bit of additional input that I thought I'll give. And then one of my close friends who watched my earlier video, he called and said, see, you need to also tell our friends that it's not good enough just to put the right indicator and immediately take the right. Many people do that. It's not, because you have to give well ahead. That's what, if I connect with the earlier dot, the SOP, what I said, if you are going to take a right turn, at least make sure 50 meters, 100 meters ahead, you put the right indicator on, and then make sure that, you also look at the right side mirror before you take a turn. So this will help you, totally avoid any kind of, situation. So he asked me to kind of communicate this. Make sure you are going to put the left indicator or right indicator a little ahead, and then make sure you are going to look at the left side mirror or the right side mirror before you take a left or a right turn. This I thought I will just, because that's an important thing. In fact, many a times we think we have put the indicator and it is the other person's responsibility to make sure that, he should slow down. We should not do anything suddenly on the road, because people around, kind of moving with their own paths. Everybody is having their own path, and then sometimes we may cross path. And then you should just keep your cool on, and then keep moving ahead. So I just want to also see, suppose sometimes, you may have some kind of a query or something. Suppose you are facing some difficulty, you went through the driving school, you have learnt it, but still you feel you are not quite confident. Something is bothering you. Please feel free to post those, any kind of queries, give me a feedback. I'll try and see whether I can, based on my experience, I'll be able to kind of share, give some input to you, which may be useful in the next video which I may give you. These are the few things I just thought I'll share. As usual, I had a nice drive, and then kind of as usual I had a very nice cup of coffee and added together, plus a little later excellent green tea as well. So try doing this. So most important thing, SOP is the most important thing. Work out an SOP and strictly follow the SOP. Keep the smile on and keep going, guys, and keep enjoying it. Keep sharing it as much as you can with your friends. And if you like it, please do subscribe to my channel. See you soon. Have a great day. All the best.